Ladies and gentlemen, we are now officially halfway through the Mario Kart DLC. How would I rank it so far? Well, it's been pretty good. It kinda got off to a rocky start, with the visuals not being as up to snuff as we'd expect, but as the waves came and went, things got significantly better. And I'm happy to report that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC with Wave 3 has hit its stride. This wave, we got all the things you'd expect from the DLC, and we even got some unexpected but welcome changes that completely shift the dynamics of the game. The biggest change we had that came completely out of left field is the fact that on local multiplayer, you can fully customize what items you have. It's very similar to the system that Smash Ultimate has. I haven't been able to test this out on online multiplayer yet, but I would assume that it would be difficult to implement and therefore it'd be excluded there. Not to mention, it could massively affect the balance of online play, so that pretty much throws it out the window. But locally, this makes things absolutely bonkers to the point that it's a struggle to even get some momentum, let alone finish a lap. And you can have it however you feel like. Want a more strategic and skill-based competition? Then there you go. And if you just feel like ghosts and bullet bills and stars, then you can do that too. By the way, I just noticed this sign says Yoshi's Egg Market. Does that mean people eat Yoshi eggs? And if so, is Yoshi the equivalent of a chicken in this world? Oh, that's a whole nother aside. Anyways, this new system allows you to play Mario Kart the way you want to play it, and I love it! I have said before that Mario Kart as a series has always been about the chaos of kart racing, and this further accentuates the insanity. Hence the reason I love these stupid item setups. I don't even know why it took them so long to implement it, but whatever the reason, it feels like it has always belonged, and I look forward to the sheer ludicrousy it brings. But what about the frickin' tracks? I covered this a little in my Wave 3 reaction video, but after spending some time with them, I can safely say this is probably the most solid selection of tracks offered by the waves so far. We've had solid tracks out of the past waves, but this one seems as if it's more complete. It's almost as if each track complements the last. I can't even describe it, and I'm usually good at identifying these things. Almost every single DLC wave has started with a tour track, followed by a straightforward easy track, then a retro style track, and finishes with a banger track at the end. The track selection here just fits this mold perfectly. With Rock Cup starting with the mean streets of London Loop, then on to Boo Lake, then to climb the slopes of Rock Mountain, and finally the infamous Maple Treeway. And it's pretty much rinse and repeat for the Moon Cup. I know I have my fit about Peach Gardens being here, but now that I understand this model, it makes a lot more sense. Peach Gardens is the third track in the Moon Cup, which would put it under the retro track umbrella. And even though I do stand by my opinion that it is a milquetoast track in terms of the layout, the changes made here make things a bit more interesting. Not to mention the remix music here is actually very good. And then there's the visuals. It has a serene vibe to it that makes me feel like I could do some great yoga here. Of course it wouldn't be great for that since there's high-speed racers whizzing by you, but everything's relatively contained. And that allows everything to be as polished as well as it can. And it's just so bright and cheery and... Wait, do I actually like Peach Gardens now? Anyways, you know, the more I get to know the tour tracks, the more I like them. Don't get me wrong, Mario Kart Tour is a garbage game that deserves to be burned in the fires of Mount Doom. These tracks may look simple, but they are unexpectedly complex in their nature. The final lap of each has a twist that changes the dynamics of the track. This aspect has even extended to some of the retro tracks as well, and I absolutely love it. I will perpetually dunk on Tour, but if it brings new and fun ideas like this to the table, then maybe I'm alright with it. Wait, do I like tour now? And of course, I've saved the best for almost last, 3DS Rainbow Road. What can I say that hasn't already been said? It is, in my opinion, the best Rainbow Road ever. Unless Nintendo brings that sweet looking Rainbow Road from the Mario movie. But until then, every other Rainbow Road can eat its heart out. And of course, it wouldn't be the holiday season without a seasonal track. But this track isn't just some holiday cash grab like modern holiday music has become. It's actually a very fun track with tons of fun elements that help elevate it just past meh. The track itself is pretty tame, only offering a few alt routes instead of some of the more dynamic features we've seen from other tour tracks. But here, the visual design and soundtrack make up for that. It's a very vibrant and splendid looking track that's, again, simple, but capitalizes on its themes very well. And then there's that joyful music that elevates it all to where I just feel like decking the halls. Oh, and I must talk about the epic return of trick ramps and half pipes here. In other tracks, they sort of implemented half pipes, but it felt half-assed. It feels like after Wii, the trick pads and half pipes have been just like these things that they added out of necessity, not because they wanted them. They were always there, but it never felt satisfying to use them. But here, I feel the half pipes from Mario Kart Wii have returned in true fashion, and it feels awesome to have them back. It feels like they're trying to properly reintroduce them into the Mario Kart universe as an actual fun mechanic to help diversify the gameplay. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of these throughout this wave, but I do hope to see more of this throughout the next several waves. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The deeper we get into these waves, the more surprises I find. The only other surprise I'd like to see in the future would be new playable characters? Perhaps we'll see. But I want to know your guys' opinions on this new Mario Kart wave and the waves we've gotten so far. So hit me up in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.